Hey Pisces, welcome to High Priestess Healing Tarot, where you are the High Priestess, baby. Say Pisces, I am the High Priestess. I trust patterns over promises. I trust my intuition. In the pre-shuffle, you had the Hangman and the High Priestess come out. I've never seen that happen before. That's first decan and second decan Pisces, and both of those. Whoa, and this was at the bottom of the deck. That's crazy. First, second, and third decan Pisces were all present in the pre-shuffle. And how I'm interpreting that is there's been a transition for you. You have shifted through a previously held limitation or illusion. You've suspended the belief that was previously held as like a limitation of what was possible in terms of what you are able to see forward, High Priestess. And the image I was getting was like a picture in the starry night sky, like if you are placed in space. Most people would not see a pathway available to travel up there, right? It's just vast space. Hangman, High Priestess, death on the bottom, means that you might not have previously seen a path or way forward or direction available, but your highest ability of seeing is now activated as a result of some sort of significant ending or transformation, especially in the emotional space. This is scorpionic energy as well, Pluto, Scorpio, third decan Pisces, which is very close to Aries, which is ruled by Mars. So there's this like very intense energy associated with this card and what's happening here. There's something that was very intense and held by you in your emotional underbelly. If you have a Scorpio moon, or if you're working on the maternal line, it's that. But it's not just the emotion or wounds associated with it. It's how you treat yourself. There's been a shift in how you treat and nurture yourself while moving through the depth of fear, usually triggered by unknown or triggered by change. And as a result of your emotional shift in how you treat and regard yourself over time, there's been a mindset shift, a neural pathway that has been built that is being used more frequently than the previously held limiting and maybe self-harming, like not kind mental loop that was previously traveled upon. The sun is rising on this death card, so that means the rebirth is present. And the pathway, direction, or next step that was not yet visible is now visible through your highest self. And this also means that other people probably aren't going to see this for you. You have to just see it for yourself and allow one foot in front of the other. Show me Pisces energy with this death card. Smash that love button. Yeah, 10 of Swords. That's so it. With these butterflies and beautiful flowers coming up next to this body on the ground. Let the bodies hit the floor. That is that. One more. Pisces. Oh, this is too many. But we love seeing the Sun card. Sun, Tower, Hermit. Wow, that kind of looks like from the Hermit to the Tower to the Sun, breaking you out into the sunlight. Shout out Tulip. We love this deck here. One more for Pisces. Thank you. Two of Swords. And that's my Joan Jett card. I don't give a damn about my bad reputation. This is Crossroads energy. This is making the decision to trust your intuition in this rebirth. Whatever significant, is there a repeating wound that you, what would this be? There's a wound that you have carried that's also been passed through one of your lines. I'm going to assume it's maternal because it's a lot of moon energy, it's a lot of Pluto energy, and the darkness is the feminine. If there is a specific limitation and there's emotional harshness associated with how you previously regarded your emotions or your abilities. And that is like, you inherited that. That was not organic, you know? That harshness is now laid to rest. This is like a final resting place. Ten of Swords, death, final resting place. You see, in this collage art, if this kind of looks like a blurred city skyline, but to me, I'm interpreting it as like, that skyline, that city, it's abandoned. It's no longer here. The neural pathway associated with the emotional, mental harshness, harsh, critical, demanding perfection, demanding you to maybe play small so that others are not uncomfortable. It's over. This is like very, very much laid to rest. And now the yellow is what's like popping through here. And yellow is enlightenment. It's the sun. We just saw that sun card. The yellow is being seen. But this means that you've allowed yourself to be seen and held and nurtured in a way that was not available to you. It was not modeled for you. And this may have taken a lot of time. Two of Swords is like the rising from this. There's something about like the contrast in the way she dresses and the environment she's in. And not giving a damn about a bad reputation. Okay, so there's this shift in like, of course, how you emotionally nurture yourself and these ways you were trained to respond to yourself is being laid to rest. There's this like habitual framework that is being grounded in your response system. This response system, in terms of your emotions, is actually empowering you to show up different. It's contrasting to your environment. This person stands out at this beach. We love a beach scene, and we love a Joan Jett, and we love a pleather jacket, and we love big sunnies, right? These things don't look like they go together. And this is like for a good reason. There's a standout effect happening as a result of you allowing yourself to be soft and nurturing to yourself and your mind. And it's in that softness that you actually show up. This is what's funny too. Because you treat yourself soft, and you had to learn this very challenging journey. But because you've learned how to treat yourself softly, you're actually showing up like what looks like untouchable in the external environment that you know you don't match this external environment, Pisces. And I think that's a great thing for you. You don't match that external environment. Show me what I'm saying with the external environment. No, I'll use the big ones. Ooh, my right eyebrow just twitched the fuck out. I'm a little dehydrated. Not matching the environment. Ooh, Hangman, that's you first deck in. If High Priestess comes out, that's going to be like extra confirmation of that pre-shuffle. You don't match the environment because you look at things differently now. There's a suspension that you allowed. Could that be time? You suspended time temporarily so that you could actually nurture, feel, and now see. Whoa. Six of Wands, victory, success. The sixes are... So in the Kabbalah Tree of Life, we just had our video lesson on esoteric tarots, the sixes in tarot. The sixes in the Tree of Life is Tiferet, and it represents beauty and victory and compassion, but it also represents integration. This person is a victor because they don't just believe in something, and they don't just believe and talk about something. They believe in it, they talk about it, and they fucking practice it. That's what put that person on this horse, the horse. They practice something. So this suspension of time that you just moved through, it's actually like showing up on your outside as Pisces believes this, and they talk about it, and they be about it. They walk it. They walk the talk. They don't just theorize or conceptualize. And there's like there's either a perceived success around you, or like is there like a health and wellness shift in you? Is there a change in your external? It looks like there's a change in your external, like your physical vessel, or the way you hold yourself, the way you carry yourself. And it's no longer, it really stands out in the environment that you're in right now. And maybe previously, I feel like previously you didn't. I feel like previously you laid very low. Or previously you, Marissa Tomei, you blend, you know? Like my cousin Vinny. Show me Tower at the bottom. Show me the Six of Wands for Pisces. Smash that love button, Pisces. I don't know what this is. Ace of Pentacles. That's when the universe comes in and it says, come this way. Show me that Ace of Pentacles. We'll get a little one. Did you take an opportunity? Is this like an opportunity came in? This could be small too. This doesn't have to be a big, big thing. This is when an opportunity comes in and the opportunity looks one way. See how she's looking one way? You don't see the other side of her face. The opportunity looks one way. You take it, and because of the opportunity, the experience that you had in the opportunity, you changed. So it was like this opportunity was used or is being used as this vessel for change for you. And I think it's really like you already did the change. So this opportunity was like the tunnel that they're like, now just come and do the walk. Like you believe in it. You talked about it. You studied it. You know how to do it. Come and do the walk. Walk this way, Aerosmith. And you did. And because you walked this way, this was like the funnel for change for you. This doesn't feel like this is coming in. This feels like this happened. Because there's the archway indicates you shifted through from what was familiar into a vast open unknown, which is the vast open unknown of the environment that you're like standing in, and you don't match it. Show me that Ace of Pentacles for Pisces. Page of Pentacles. And you took it. So yeah, you took it. Both of these things have the same hand placement. You took it. What's significant here is there was some sort of, I don't know what this opportunity consisted of, but it required you to show up like this, which you already knew that you were. This is like the insides needed, the inside of you needed an opportunity on the outside to act like what the insides were. Do you know what I'm saying? Does that make sense? Your internal shift needed like a stage to show up this way. And this looks like you took it. You said, yep. I don't know if you knew what that was. I don't know that it even matters. But you took it, and there's very pure intention associated with this. So it actually makes me, I don't know. Either you recognize what that opportunity was when it came in and you're like, oh shit. This is what they were talking about, right? Like, I have to go do this thing. And maybe it didn't make complete sense, but your insides were like, you have to go do this thing because this is going to show you who you are inside. And purity of intention. You did it. Anything else on that? Ace of Pentacles, King of Cups, Five of Swords. This feels like there was fear. Recognition, highest level of recognition, and fear. And both of those things can live together. The other thing with this King of Cups, this is you recognizing, in order for me to experience the most expansive fulfillment in my life, I will have to intuitively follow the path of this opportunity and allow for whatever challenge to arise because it's going to make me who I am. It's going to solidify who I am. And if you think about, like, this feels like backstory. Six of Wands is you conquered it. You overcame it. I don't think you fully knew what this opportunity was going to do. I think it looked like one way, and maybe you had an intuitive nudge, but like to see the full scope, I don't think that was here. Wow, Chariot at the bottom. So this was a soul. This is a localized win, so it's visible in your humanness, it's visible on your person, it's visible in the work that you do or the environment that you're in. But on a soul level, the Chariot and the Six of Wands, it's the same card, but one is free will and one is like, no, your soul planned this one. This one was, your soul said, I want to go through this with the amnesia and see if I still come out on top. This also feels like there is an ancient, let's see. You've done this in a past life. And yeah, there is like a past life recognition here coming up. And maybe that's why there was fear. Let's see what's underneath you. Yes, Eight of Swords. Damn, that's crazy. There's a past life experience associated with this. And in this life, you dominated it both on a free will human level and a soul level. Show me that Five of Swords for Pisces, the conflict, the challenge. Eight of Pentacles, it could be work related. Damn, Ten of Swords. This is, oh my God, two lanes. If this is career, nonprofit, volunteer, agency related. There's like a death and rebirth of how you work or worked as a result of this opportunity presented some sort of face-off. But it's like the face-off, I know I'm using hero and villain language, but this face-off allowed for your old face to come off and to see who you are. For others of you, this opportunity that came in made you walk the talk of the healing that you've offered yourself. And it essentially like grounded the ending of who you used to be. And it solidified like, oh yes, I have created stability, collaboration with my mind, body, and spirit, and some sort of like prosperous visibility, I think, in like your body, your line of work, your suite of offerings. There's like a tangible earth thing associated with like, oh look, this looks different than what once was. This doesn't match the environment that this person is in, or it doesn't match the environment this person is from. It was beautiful. Okay, let's do this. Show me the Ten of Swords. Page of Swords in reverse. Visibility, watchers, voyeurs, strength in being seen, courage to be seen. Moon, Five of Pentacles, Chariot again. This is somebody who had to work with not a lot. And this is on every level, actually. Because of some sort of deep emotional change in how you regard yourself. That's essentially a result of emotional lack or neglect or etc. You had to work with that while also like that was mirrored on the outside, not having a lot of support on the outside. And I don't know if this is financial and resourceful or if this is people and teams. But it's like you had to do a little me, myself, and I trick. I'm going into the darkness of not having enough and I'm going to trudge through anyway. These people, technically, this is like your higher self and your human self didn't give up. And that created the change. To go from Moon, Five of Pentacles is like, I'm going in with nothing. I have nothing. Nothing. For real. Going in with nothing. Recognizing that there was nothing. Just you. And having complete victory and success over it. While there's an element of, that Page of Swords in reverse is like being watched. So it's like supervisory energy, onlookers. Maybe if you manage a team, it's like people who like look up to you, or if this is like platform energy. Show me one on that Page of Swords. I don't know that it's a big deal. I guess it's a big deal because if you had to rework that emotional stuff, then being seen is also hard because it's associated with self-worth. Page of Swords, watching energy, Two of Cups. Others like you. Others like you. King of Swords. My pinky influenced that one, though. Just one popper on the Two of Cups. Ace of Cups in reverse. Could even be kids. Being able to do this with nothing while being... There's an awareness that you were watched. So there's, you know, it's not like a surprise. It's children, it's pages are students. So it's students, or it's some sort of like group that you lead, or people that you manage, you know, or if you have a platform. Two of Cups is there just like you. Ace of Cups is their ace. And your ace was not yet realized. Show me that Ace of Cups. Wow. It's the merging of the human... Pisces, this is very like... Your external is shifting because of this significant soul change that's happening here. There's a group of you here who have allowed for... Your higher self or your soul is not this distant energy. And it's not this like higher power you pray to begging. It's a comrade. It's your best friend. It is it's the entity that loves you the most. There's no entity higher. There's no entity that loves you higher than this one. And there's a recognition, like a dissolution of separation here of... This is my partner in being. And when I recognize that love and partnership, I allow it to come in. To do that is like through these smaller habits of healing. Choosing consistent meditation or grounding practices. Looks small on the outside, and it's one of the greatest acts of love. Taking care of your emotional space and your mental space and your physical space. Simple and the highest forms of love. So it's like you allowed this in, again, over time though. This is like over time, over time, over time. Overtime is like also when you're working a lot too. So it's like maybe you did this on like hyper speed, like so much in a short period of time with nothing. Can't emphasize that enough too. This is like, there's a hardship present. There's a hardship present, and it's present in the emotion. It was embedded in the emotional, and it was reflected in the exterior. Show me the transition of the moon 5 chariot. Show me the transition in the moon 5 chariot. Look, meditation, grounding, 3 of Cups. Choosing people and practices that uplift and bring harvest to the mind. There you are. 6 of Cups, Queen of Cups. This is a significant chapter of inner child healing that's resulting in a physical transition in your, it looks like environment. You don't match the environment. You stand out like a holy shit, like a wow factor in the environment. And it really is because of this like back to basics, basic care, basic rest, basic habits, like things that can be looked at or felt as like boring, especially if you're conditioned for chaos, if you're conditioned for trauma, if you're conditioned for heightened states of cortisol. Moving, creating a life yeah, it all came together in the nothingness. It's like in the darkness of like, I have to go in with nothing and do this. I don't have it. This looks like there was no choice. It was succumb. Sorry to go dark here, but this was succumb to the darkness of nothingness, or triumph of the nothingness and darkness. And you came out as a victor. And it was through 3 of Cups, 4 of Swords is everyday simplistic gratitude. Everyday simplistic practices, everyday simplistic affirmations, journal writing. There's nothing extravagant about 3 of Cups, 4 of Swords. Yet this has rewritten the foundation that you previously received. And now because the foundation inside you has changed, the way in which you walk or speak or dress or work or create, death has changed. It's a rebirth. That old city, we built the city on rock and roll. Guess what? It's not there anymore. It's dissolved. You can't even make out the skyscrapers. You can't even make out the city. So you, as a entity, as a human being, there has been a complete shift. This is like identity shift, transformation in real time. And it started with this emotional nurture. It's the release of a harsh way of regarding oneself and moving into softness. And the irony is the softness you afforded yourself is now creating an edge on the outside, which is like, that's an interesting transition, you know? Show me the edge. Whoa, 2 of Swords, 2 of Wands. Too many here. Lovers. There's a choice here. I don't know what this is. You're building something, or there's communication coming in, or there's communication that has come in. A lot of this feels like this already happened. Like communication is coming in, or a choice has come in that you are being given to expand something or have a completely new environment backdrop. Like it's a completely new backdrop on what it is that you are creating, doing, being, performing. Give me a little bit more on that Lovers too. Okay, so it's bigger. This is a bigger thing now. What is this? This is a bigger thing. Higher level commitment. It's also, you're closer to your higher self, or the entity through which you communicate the most with. Maybe it's your spirit team, your guides. Maybe it's an ancestor. Maybe it's God. You've never been closer emotionally, mentally, physically, in fire, intuitively. You've never been closer to this. So now there is this, it feels like an ongoing dialogue of, it's like throughout the days, ongoing dialogue of, this is what I'm considering. Can you show me, if I consider this, what does this look like? This world in the 2 of Wands feels like a crystal ball. It feels like there's scrying happening. And I'm not saying you are scrying. Maybe you are. But it feels more like third eye, clairvoyant, claircognizant, clairsentient. Like I'm tapping into my extra senses to communicate with this part of me that I've dissolved separateness from. Asking, if I go in this direction, can you show me what that would be? If I go in this direction, can you show me what that would be? There is, because there is a change in the backdrop of the environment and who you are, there has to be some sort of, this is a good have to be though. This feels like the universe wants to put you in a place, or put you in a position, or put you in front of someone, or on something, put you on something where this version of you is best suited. There's a little isolation where you are right now. And I don't know if that doesn't have to mean like you're literally isolated, but you see her? There's no one around her, but she's this like, Pisces, you're a star. There's a star, like badass energy. She belongs on a stage, or she belongs in a band, or there's beauty in this contrast though. It's like, holy shit, I can really see what you are. because of that contrast, because of that backdrop. But for this person, I'm thinking of the Eight of Cups card in the Way Home deck, the octopus on the beach surrounded by litter. Of course they can live there, function, but like they are best suited in an ecosystem that like supports all of their senses and abilities. And I think that's what's happening here. Show me what I'm talking about. Wow, Three of Pentacles, Six of Swords. It's a journey. There is a journey. This looks like there's 3 people here, there's 3 people here, but the Hermit is solo. This is like an example of when like an employment opportunity wants to relocate you, or you are going to go shoot on location somewhere. It's like the team is present. You yourself are going to go solo here or there, tomato, tomato, wherever you're going here. On a spiritual level, this is like the victory that you are exhibiting in your human vessel and the way in which you show up in contrast to the environment you're in. There's some sort of, there's a new framework being built. This is like as we are speaking, it's being built. And it's coming from inside the house. So you might feel, there might be a feeling of wobbliness of like, I know I'm different now. And I know that this is not done being built, but I also don't know where this is going. I think that's like part of this is, that's okay. It's 6-6 is progress forward. This is the way forward. Bottom of the deck, ready? Sun, smash that love button. Ooh, Nine of Cups, Judgment, 10 of Pentacles. I don't know what's been going on. There's such a change. Guys, like, even in my dreams lately, this is hard to explain, but lately I've been visiting different fucking places. It's like different, there's a different vibe in the locations of the dreams. There's different scenarios that I've never experienced before in the dreams. I thought about this as I was waking up this morning, and like, this has been a few weeks now where I'm like, whoa, the dream space is different. That's new. And I feel like that is relevant here. Like, as you shift, even where you go in the ethereal is shifting. You may have spent enough time traveling backwards. You might have closed that. I think you closed that up. You did. There's some sort of like back to basic foundations going into the past. Okay, now rebuilding in the now. Back to the past, rebuilding in the now. Back to the past, rebuilding in the now. The old way is laid to rest, and this newness is, it feels like it's still in formation. But this energetic shift is like undeniable. If you've been feeling that, you're like, can't explain it, but like something has shifted and it is unfucking deniable. This is Spirit saying you're allowed to just trust and believe and allow the shifts, the journeys, the opportunities, the offers, change in locations. Just let them come in now. Sun, Nine of Cups. You don't get more wish fulfillment than this unless we threw the star in here, you know? Judgment is, this is resurrection. 10 of Swords, laid to rest. Resurrection, death card. And 10 of Pentacles is like, this may be your most abundant pathway to creating the external life you desire, or the bank account you desire, or the business you desire, or the community you desire. But it's because of this, back to basics that you committed to. Some of you 3 years, some of you 4 years, some of you 7 years. Actually, from a therapist's textbook, I asked my therapist a year or two ago, in the process of applying internal family systems and reparenting oneself, how fucking long is this going to take? Am I ever going to be normal? You know? She said, statistically, it takes about 7 years. What? I said, oh my God, I'm already a few years in. Cool. So like if you have been applying reparenting techniques, big emotional, like nurturing, holding oneself, creating better, healthier, basic habits for yourself, in 7 years' time, I don't think normal is a real thing, but in 7 years' time, your foundation is completely reset. So you basically have turned yourself into a different person than who you were raised or conditioned to be, right? So if that's the case, then I would expect a brand new reality to start to form around you, because that is a universal law. If your energetics, emotional, mental, and spiritual have changed, then the outside is going to reconfigure, recalibrate, bring you abroad, bring you further away from what once was and towards something more fitting. This is such a cool picture. But wouldn't this person... Oh, it's a bow on her eyes, not sunglasses. Oh, this is a gift. This is a gift. Whatever the transition is into a new backdrop, whatever that means, right? New job, new house, new home, new location, new way of being, new body. This feels like it's the beginning, because the Three of Pentacles is the established foundation of what the Ten of Pentacles turns into, you know? The Two of Pentacles is when you just have the bricks. But the 10 is, the 3 is, oh, we've built the first archway. And the 10 is, we have all archways now. Smash that love button, Pisces. Claim this ish. Pisces, if you are interested in learning more about your astrology chart, specifically your 12 houses, what they mean, what your stelliums are, what your placements mean, and how it coincides with tarot, you can pre-enroll for our Astrology 102 course. If you already pre-enrolled, check your email. I sent you a poll so you can choose the dates that we're going to meet for the course. I'm going to have you guys enroll in the next 2 weeks, and we'll get started in September after the retrograde shadow is over. Baby. First link in the pinned comment below. Pisces, hold my hands. I'm sending you so much Reiki love and healing. Take a gentle inhale through your nose. And a soft release out through the mouth. Savoring your peace. Claim this, Pisces. I claim my new backdrop. Yes, baby. I'll see you later, Pisces.